Hello, everyone, and welcome to the March edition of Price Know-How Snippets. I'm joined by our Managing Director, Mike Boswell, and our Product Manager for Polyolefins and Sustainability, Ian Chisnell. Mike's going to start us off by talking about some of the fundamental factors that are likely to have an impact in terms of feedstocks and therefore polymer prices this month. Over to you, Mike.
Thanks, Katherine. Well, I'll start by talking about crude oil. Well, basically, we've seen a weakening in terms of price. The price per barrel on average fell by $3.40 from $78.15 to $74.75. The minimum also fell by $3.86 from $75.93 to $72.07. And the maximum fell from $82.03 down to exactly $77, a drop of $5.03. For those who put on money in terms of, or pricing in terms of pounds per tonne, that was a fall from £476.61 to £448.78, so a reduction of £27.83. And I'm sure that will feature a little bit in what Ian's going to say about monomer pricing in a moment. Just at the exchange rates, it was actually a case of the pound strengthening and the dollar weakening, really. So in terms of pound euro, we went up from 119 to 120, so not a big change. And pound dollar, we went from 124 to 125. But actually, if you look at more recent events, we're now up to 128, 129. So we're seeing a lot of weakness in the dollar. Dollar euro pretty stable. So that's kind of the backdrop of where we're up to today. Is now going to talk to us more about monomer prices and what that might mean for polymer prices going through into March. Over to you, Ian.
Many thanks, Mike. So despite the reduction in the crude price, which leads to reduction in naphtha pricing, monomers actually saw some slight increases from February into March, with C2 increasing by the huge amount of €2.5 a tonne, taking it from 1260 to 1262.5. Propylene went up €7.5 a tonne, increasing up to €1,135 per metric tonne. The reason why it increased, even though the raw materials didn't increase, is because of energy costs that a lot of the producers of monomers are talking about at the moment, but also a few glitches in supply and availability, which meant that the sellers of monomers were able to sort of push through another price increase after the one that we had in February. In terms of polymer pricing, it broadly looks like a rollover for the vast majority of both polyethylene and polypropylene, but it does depend on the price increases that were achieved in February. So some producers who got a monomer plus, who, for example, got 70, maybe €80 a tonne increases in February, are accepting rollover now. Those that didn't are maybe looking for like a €10 increase now. On polyethylene, so the majority of grades do appear to be rolling over. It's €2.5. It's virtually a rollover. LDPE, because it's slightly tight, because there's some demand, maybe there's going to be some slight increases on that, but it depends on how the month goes. We might sort of see that sort of demand sort of soften a little bit and actually end up being around about a rollover. More information will be available sort of later on in the month with our Price Know-How full report.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Ian. Thank you, Mike. As Ian said, any questions at all, get in touch with us or your customer service team, and more information will be available later in the month. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.